Well, this kind of goes right along with the keeper cases videos that I've been doing lately. I'm going to call this one my keeper box. I've got a couple boxes here. First one I want to show you, real nice little box. And the wood is very special in this box because this is some of that 1,510-year-old wood that was found in the Genesee River, and a friend of mine made a box out of it. And I keep something really special in here. What do you guys think it would be in here? Nice arrowhead? Maybe a real special keepsake? Well, we have this place here about 3 hours from my house where you can get Herkimer diamonds. And this is full of Herkimer diamonds. These things are just amazing. They're quartz crystals. And some of these are really, really nice. I mean, they look just like they were sent to a jeweler and shaped, but this is how they come out of the ground, and there's all kinds of them in here. I've got some really neat little ones. Got to dig for them, but here's a nice little one here. Kind of looks like one you could set in a ring almost. Look at this thing. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that box, but that wasn't. Oh, and here's a bigger one. Look at these. Aren't these gorgeous? Yeah, my son and I absolutely love to go and dig those out of the hard rock. They occur in dolomite, so they're really, you got to really work to get them. Look at this guy here. Okay, so this box holds my Herkimer diamond collection, and I even have a larger one over here that was given to me by a friend. And look at this guy here. He's pretty cool. It's kind of got a double diamond. Comes to a point here. Again, this is how they occur in nature. You just find them in little pockets in the rocks, sometimes in the soil there. It just depends how they eroded out or how they were in position. So, really neat place to go. Okay, let's get back to what I really wanted to show you. Oh yeah, and Craig, here's something you might be interested in. Here's one you got to try. I'm not going to say it, but I'll let you read it. One of my buddies just dropped this off and told me I'd like it. It's a Scottish ale, or a Scotch ale, and he said it reminded him a lot of me. I beg to differ, but you can use your own call on that one. So anyway, here's a keeper box. Now this box here has been getting the overflow from points that haven't really stayed in the keeper case. Maybe been replaced or haven't quite made it yet. But this is my keeper box. Nice cedar box. And inside here is a bunch of really, really nice stuff. Daltons, Clovises, obsidian points, Snyder's points. Look at these things. So I'll pull a few of them out. There's a hardened point right there. Naturally, there's got to be a hardened point in everything I do. Let's look at some of these obsidian ones here. There's a whole collection of those. And it's just really pretty. I think this is Mexican obsidian, but don't quote me for sure. And I had a nice chunk of it, so I made some nice, look at how thin this thing is, some bifaces out of it. I like to make bifaces. I mean, you saw my video where I was just making blades and bifaces. Well, that's my favorite thing to do as a napper. Here's another one. Someday I might turn these into something, and maybe I won't. They just are so cool as that. There's a Ross point. I know some of you Ohio guys know what this is. I guess they were found in a mound at some point in time. But this is the only Ross point I've ever made. And there it is. So that's obsidian. Here's one, some of the jasper that occurs down in either Alabama or Georgia, someplace down there. It's just gorgeous stuff. Look at the flute on this guy. And it's a big point. It's 6 1/4 inches. Look at the flute here. There's even a pocket here where there was a hollowed out quartz pocket, and it fluted right up to it. I made that one a while ago, back in 2000. So again, I hang on to the ones I really like. I think this one here might be on the calendar, but I could be wrong. Snyder Point Man's got the other one that's on the calendar, and I made this one a couple years ago. And it's some more of that fabulous Keokuk. I just love to make Snyder's points. Kind of a nice hardened point. Let's see what else. Clovis. This one's well fluted. Pretty equally fluted on both sides. Oh, here's a Lost Lake that I did. And again, this thing's thin. You never know what you're going to see in this box. Here's a Dalton that I've had quite a while. And when I saw Creek Dalton find that fabulous one, it reminded me of this Dalton, and that's why I got this box out, is I wanted to compare. I like his better. But I've had this one since 2002. This is a neat Dalton right here. And another Clovis. You can see I kind of like making Clovises. I even got a whole case of them over on the wall. Once in a while I'll make something like this. This is a notched hoe. And this one is made out of some Georgetown flint, big piece. And I made a couple of those at one time. And here's a smaller one. And let's see what else. This Susquehanna style point is made out of Onondaga. And I just had it in a case, had it out of a case, had it in. It's one of those points that is a good filler for me. This right here is a very, very good harden. It's a keeper. I like the base and the barbs on this one. And I like the material. Big blade. Look at this. Once in a while I just make blades. They work out really good in the end of spears. Yeah, let's see. Of course, you've seen one of the blues. This is the ice blue glass that I used. That ended up in there. Nice willow leaf, bi-pointed blade. These are real practical. If I was living in a survival situation, this is what I would make, because you've got two ends to work with. You've got really four edges here, 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 and down here. So it's a very versatile one. This one here is just beautiful. Let's see if I can get the light to hit through this. This is Knife River, and it's what I call blonde. It's a really light colored Knife River. And nice, big, heavy-duty piece of Esopus. This is a New York rock. Look at the big percussion scars on this thing. I remember when I made this, I carried it in my pocket, my front pocket, and I was showing it to everybody way back, probably 20 years ago. But I love flake patterns that show up well. So that's how that one stayed with me. Oh, Ohio boys will recognize this too. Here's a nice Thebes point. Got good bevels on it. And I think that has a nice look as far as the Thebes base goes. Oh, anyway, I could go on, and this video could get really long. But there's blades in here. Oh, here's a really pretty one. This was in the keeper case once. And let's see, I made this one in 2004. It might be some Fort Payne, but it's another Thebes. Really like that point a lot. So, one made out of pinhead coral. A friend of mine came to our nap-in, gave me a piece of this pinhead, and I made this Florida style point out of it. I've had that one since probably 2004 or 5, I can't remember. Got a really neat look. But as I dig my way down through here, you can see there's just here's some of that stuff from out in Washington State. This is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that little dove. This is one that's got wow factor written all over it, with all those lines and changes of color. Anyway, I was just kind of looking around. Here's a Dalton that looks like I found it. Look at this early Dalton that I made. Boy, doesn't this thing look ancient? Well, it is getting old. I probably made it about 20-some years ago. But that really says Dalton. It shouts it. Let's Okay, yeah, this is kind of like a Cumberland point, but that flute's too short. Let's see. Another point made out of that agate you saw in one of my keeper case videos. Look at the inclusions and spots in this dove. That's a beauty. That belonged to a friend of mine, and he passed away, and his girlfriend says, out of any points you ever gave him, what one would you want back? And I said, oh, that agate dove, and she one day handed it to me. So this is very special. It means a lot. I made it just for him. He loved it. He kept it, and now it's back with me. This video is getting long. It probably took me 2 weeks to upload it because high def doesn't upload very quickly. But there's so many in here that I want to show you. Here's a real nice Clovis here that's obsidian. Look at the flutes on this guy. You can look right through it. So here's kind of a look at some keepers. There's all kinds. Naturally, another Dalton. I like Daltons. Here's a piece of basalt that I made into a point. This is a thin one too. This one even amazes me that I got this piece of basalt this thin. This is kind of like my form of an Etley. It's thin, kind of has an Etley base, an Etley shape. So every now and then I try one that's a little different that I'm not used to. And as a result, I either put it in the keeper case or else I put it in the keeper box. So, really weathered out piece of Tennessee Dover material. Look at this guy. Cool. Real dry material. I think I got it from Tony in Tennessee. Loved working it. Really good material. If you guys ever get a chance to buy some rock off Tony, he does have some good rock. So anyway, I'm going to show you one last point. This point right here, let's see, what's the date? 1990. This little turkey tail has been a long ways. I took this one to Wenatchee with me as a show and tell. And I've never parted with it. And I'll tell you, back in 1990, we're looking 23 years ago, this thing's thin, it's balanced, and it's got a beautiful flake pattern. So that's a look at some of my keeper box. And I really do thank you for sitting here and looking at this video for almost 13 minutes. I like to go down memory lane. There's more I could say, but I don't want to bore you any more than I probably already have. So thanks for watching, and there'll be more coming in the future.